I was asked by a subscriber, Backwoods Stud, shout out, 2 months ago, maybe more now, maybe like 3, to do a review of the favorite Defender Lunkers TV edition, because obviously that's what I'm using. And I'm also just going to review the reel because it's attached. It's what I've been using for a year along with the Defender. So yeah, I'm gonna actually do it now. Sorry for the wait, but so there's a little bit of a story that goes along with this. When I first got it, they had them on display. They had bait casters on display in front of the spinning reels or spinning rods, and so we were actually in Myrtle Beach, and we took the one home that was a spinning rod. Had to drive an hour back later to get the bait casting rod because it's in a box. It's also in a rod sock. It makes it kind of hard to tell what it is when you purchase it. So I didn't find out until I got back that it was a spinning rod that I had actually bought. But I did buy the right reel, which was the Abu Garcia Revo X, and this is my first bait casting rod and reel, and I am very happy with both of them. The reel itself looks almost good as new, so does the rod. It was in the middle price range, the reel was, of the other reels that they had there, so I just went with the middle because I figured, you know, I probably don't need the most expensive, but I don't want to buy the least expensive and regret it. So, first couple things I want to say. With this rod, when you first, it has the nice like writing right here. It says Lunkers TV, defend what's right, and then it's got, you know, the favorite Defender up here. What I want to say first is when the first like week I used it, this part right here and the bottom, there's a top layer of that white writing that will come off, and I thought the whole thing was coming off, and I was really worried about it because I was like, wow, I've only had it for a week. But the top layer came off, and there's still a bottom layer underneath of the gloss or whatever it is that they have on here. And the specific one that I have is the 7.5 medium heavy, and I'd specifically recommend this rod if you're looking into getting into bait casting, because you want to be able to have a really long rod to get it helps you cast further, and it also, with it being a medium heavy, if you're fishing a jig or something, it's not gonna break if you're, you know, getting a jig through some really heavy cover. It's really sturdy rod. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've hooked into a log, just set the hook as hard as I could into a log, and it has not broken. It's held up really well. I caught a 5-pounder on it earlier this year, and it horsed it in like it was nothing. So it's doing a really great job so far, as good of a job as I could have asked, and I would say it's 100% worth the money. But I know that there's other favorite rods out there that are less expensive, and they're probably just as nice for a bait casting rod wise. I do like the looks of the Defender the most, with the red, white, and blue, and I wanted to support one of my favorite YouTubers, which is why I got the Defender. But the Revo X, I would recommend this, definitely, because like I said, it's held up, and I didn't know what I was doing fishing with a bait caster, and I've learned pretty well with this without too many mishaps. I will tell you, if you're just getting into bait casting, there's going to be times where you just you're trying to figure out the best way to cut the line off, because you're done trying to get it undone. But I promise you it will come undone. Just a trick that I learned off of people's videos is you just want to, when you reach a point where you just can't get past it, just press down with your thumb on that point and reel it down as far as you can, or as far as you think you need to, and then try again. And for whatever reason, that seems to work it out after a couple times. If that doesn't work, I mean, I guess it's possible you may have to cut it off before, or you may have to cut it off. I have done that before, but I wouldn't recommend it if you can find a way around it. But thank you for watching this. Thank you for your patience. I want you guys to ask me to do things like this, and I really appreciate it. I'm sorry that you've waited however long. You probably even forgot you asked. But if you ask me something, if one of my subscribers comments, you don't even have to be a subscriber. If it's reasonable and it has to do with fishing, I'll do it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.